Only a few days and your skills have already advanced remarkably.
Name's Wuji. I must say, meeting proper fighters like you, that's my kind of thrill.
Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. What if I told you there's an RPG that actually respects your time while still giving you full control over how your character plays? Not just choosing a class and sticking with it, but actually building your own playstyle from the ground up, shaping how your character performs depending on the decisions you make. Today we're revisiting Sword Staff, and this time it's even more exciting because the game is officially launching. After spending more time with it and really getting into its systems, I can confidently say this isn't just another idle RPG that you play for a few days and forget about. There's actually a lot more depth here than you'd expect at first glance. This video is sponsored by Sword Staff. If you saw my first video, you already know the foundation of the game, but now that we're closer to launch, there's a lot more to talk about, especially when it comes to progression, long-term systems, and what actually makes this game feel different once you spend more time with it. The game describes itself as a third-way RPG, and the more I played it, the more that description started to make sense. It's not fully idle, it's not a hardcore MMO, and it's not a traditional JRPG either. It sits somewhere in between all of those. You get the relaxation of idle gameplay, the depth and decision-making of a real RPG, and the social elements of an MMO, but without the usual downsides like constant grinding, daily chores, or feeling forced to log in just to keep up. One thing that immediately stands out, even from the first few minutes, is the presentation. The art style blends anime fantasy with Western influences, and it actually feels polished instead of generic. The environments have detail, the character designs are distinct, and the overall visual direction gives the game its own identity. When you combine that with fully voiced dialogue and a strong soundtrack, it creates a level of immersion that you don't usually see in this type of game. The world itself is also a big part of the experience. You're not just moving from point A to point B. The game features multiple kingdoms, each with its own atmosphere and design, and the exploration is non-linear. You're encouraged to explore, take your time, and discover things on your own. Hidden rewards, side events, puzzles, small details in the environment, all of that adds up and makes progression feel more engaging instead of repetitive. And that sense of discovery is important, because it ties directly into how you grow your character over time. The more you explore, the more resources you find, and the more options you unlock, which naturally feeds into the progression system, without forcing you into a strict path. Now, when it comes to combat, this is where the game really starts to separate itself. Instead of locking you into a fixed class with a preset role, the game gives you the freedom to mix skills, experiment with different combinations, and create your own build depending on how you want to play. You're not just increasing numbers, you're actually shaping how your character functions in battle. And this ties directly into one of the best features in the game, which is the multi-class system. You can switch classes freely at any time, with no penalties and no need to restart your progress. So if you want to try a completely different playstyle, you can just do it. That flexibility makes experimentation feel natural instead of risky, and it encourages you to actually learn the system instead of locking yourself into one decision early on. On top of that, the game includes MMO-style social features like guilds, co-op bosses, and team dungeons. But it's designed in a way that feels low pressure. You're not competing constantly or forced into daily obligations. It's more about cooperation and shared progression, which fits perfectly with the overall design philosophy. And this is where the third-way concept really comes together. The game respects your time. You can log in, make meaningful progress, benefit from AFK systems, and still feel like you're moving forward without needing to invest hours every single day. It's a balance between being active and being efficient, and it works surprisingly well. A quick tip if you're planning to start at launch, and this is actually very important, try to push to level 30 as soon as possible. That's the point where most of the core systems unlock. Your build options expand significantly, and the game really starts to open up. The good thing is that reaching level 30 doesn't take that long. You can get there in about 2 days with casual play, so it's a very realistic early goal that sets you up for everything that comes after. Now let's talk about launch rewards. because this is honestly one of the best times to start. You can get 150 pulls just from the first week of logins, plus over 500 additional pulls from the 14-day growth challenge. That's more than 650 pulls total just by playing the game. On top of that, you've got free skins, pre-registration rewards, and limited time event items, which means you're getting a really strong start without needing to invest anything up front. After spending more time with the game, what I like the most is the balance it offers. It's relaxing, but it still has depth. It's easy to get into, but it rewards you if you take the time to understand its systems. And that combination is honestly rare, especially in this genre. So if you've been looking for a fantasy RPG that gives you freedom, customization, exploration, and progression without turning everything into a non-stop grind, this is definitely one worth checking out. Swordstaff officially launched on May 19th, so if you want to try it for yourself, make sure to check the download link in the description below, and let me know what kind of build you decide to go for. Also, if you're planning to recharge or invest into the game, make sure to check out the official recharge website linked in the description as well. They currently have special discounts, launch rebate events, and you also have a chance to obtain the exclusive Eternal Night Ancestor Visage skin reward through the official top-up site. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.